Be strong and of good courage. Do not fear, nor be afraid of them. For the Lord your God, he is one who goes with you. He will not leave you nor forsake you. Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 6. During the winter months, there are a group of guys that will meet once a month for a paintball game. During the day, we will split into teams and go to battle. Once we have decided on who the allies are and who the enemies are, we will begin to develop a plan for accomplishing the goal. We will do our best to scope out the woods, where the big trees are, where the low-hanging cedars are, and what trees are strong enough for us to climb. The same thing happens in our spiritual lives. We have to first determine who the enemy is, Satan, and then develop a plan for going into battle, our daily life in society. Too many times we try to reinvent the wheel and develop our own battle plan when one has already been written and presented to us. Deuteronomy chapter 31 verse 6 gives us the confidence that the Lord goes before us and that he will never leave us nor forsake us on the battlefield. Judges chapter 7 verses 1 through 22, Gideon is going into battle against the Midianites. Gideon had gathered his army together, and the Lord told Gideon, there are too many men for you to go to battle with. When I give the Midianites to you in victory, the men will think they have won instead of I have given them over to you. We read that in verse 2. Gideon told whoever was afraid to just go home. He sent 22,000 men home that day, with 10,000 men remaining to go into battle with him. The Lord came back to Gideon and told him, there are still too many men for you to go to battle. He told Gideon to take the men to the creek, and whoever got down and knelt on their knees to drink, send them home. And whoever bends down and scoops up water in his hand and drinks it out of his hand, keep him for battle. Verses 4 through 6. After all this, there were 300 men that Gideon would take into battle against the Midianites. The plan that was set forth to the men is they were to take a trumpet, a glass jar, and a torch into battle against the Midianites. The plan was to divide the men into 3 groups of 100, and each group was to watch Gideon and do just as he did. Verses 17 and 18. The 300 men followed Gideon's instructions, and when they did this, the Midianites turned their swords on each other and fled out of fear. The common denominator for the Israelites' battle plan and our battle plan is God. Just like the Lord took a trumpet, a glass jar, and a torch and turned them into weapons of war for the Israelites to use, he can also take whatever we have at our disposal to turn them into weapons we can use against the wiles of the devil. 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 13 reads, no temptation has overtaken you except such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you are able, but with the temptation will also make a way of escape, that you may be able to bear it. Just like the Lord told Gideon in verse 2 that he would hand the Midianites over to the Israelites, our enemies have been handed over to us. We have to use the tools the Lord has provided to us in the combat of our enemy.